After eating a hot pepper, Yoshi overheats. It turns bright red and begins to smoke with his tongue hanging out. While in this state, Yoshi can run on the water surface, leaving a trail of steam behind him. In the spin cone level, ground pounding the spinning creature in this specific spot reveals a hot spring. If we stay idle in the hot water, we can see the spin cone and Yoshi relaxing and almost falling asleep. Among the exploration tools, we can unlock instruments for measuring Yoshi's heart rate. In the upper right corner of the screen, we can see that Yoshi's heart rate speeds up when he's doing a flutter jump or when he's running. The heartbeat is also emphasized by the controller's vibration through the HD rumble feature. Yoshi's heart starts racing when he's catching a big fish. And even when the beehiver is hunting him down. When Yoshi eats a hot pepper, his heart looks like he's about to explode. However, when he's relaxing in a hot spring, we can see his heart rate slowing down. With the scale, we can carry out some interesting experiments. The scale measures the weight of the creatures on Yoshi's back. As we can see from the balance interface, the bewildered bird weighs 150 units, which is the equivalent of 3 Yoshi's eggs, so we can assume that the Yoshi egg weighs 50 units. A full jelly weighs 55 units. As we fly in the air, we can see its weight gradually going down. The weight of an empty jelly is 5. Of course, if we dive into the water, the value goes back to 55. A similar logic applies to the watermelons. A whole watermelon weighs 100 units. But if it gets hit and breaks apart, its weight goes down in real time. The Lunge Fish cannot be carried on Yoshi's back, so we cannot measure its weight by standard means. However, if Yoshi gets squished by the giant creature, we can see that he's put through 8000 units of crushing weight. To put that into perspective, 8000 units is basically the same as getting blasted by 160 Yoshi eggs all at once. Good Phil put a lot of effort into the particle effects. For instance, the leaves fly in different ways depending on whether we hit them with Yoshi's tongue, with a tail flick or the ground pound. Hitting them with a ground pound makes the leaves burst upwards. Something similar happens with the spores. A lot of particles launch into the air if we hit the puffballs with a tail flick. And ground pounding the mushrooms releases a bigger cloud of spores as well. As the crazy daisy walks through the bushes, it kicks up the scatters the dewdrops. And of course, performing a ground pound causes the droplets to splash upwards. There's a really nice animation when a water droplet falls right on the piranha plant's heads. It kinda looks like they're undergoing a cute version of the Chinese water torture. On the other hand, the crazy Daisy absolutely loves it. As for Yoshi, if he's overheated from eating a hot pepper, just one drop of water on his head will instantly cool him down. If the whooshwing eats a hot pepper, it gains a speed boost and leaves a red vapor trail behind it. If we hold up or down, we can fly along a perfectly circular trajectory. The blue whooshwing is harder to control, but can reach crazy speeds, as you can see from the speedometer in the bottom right corner exceeding the value of 40. This means that executing the same looping maneuver will cause it to fly in larger circles than a regular whooshwing. If we stay still when Yoshi is carrying a creature on his back, he looks at it over his shoulder and after a few seconds he starts foot juggling it while doing a handstand. Yoshi has a cool teetering animation when standing near the edges of the platforms, which is reminiscent of some classic 2D platformers such as Donkey Kong Country or Sonic. The balancing animation is slightly different depending on whether Yoshi is facing towards the edge or has his back to it. Crouching on top of a spin cone triggers a cute animation where Yoshi spins around along with it. The pages of each chapter are beautifully animated and full of life, with the creatures that blend perfectly into their habitats. They truly feel like the living pages from a magical storybook. This reminded us of the World 1 map from the prototype of the original Yoshi's Island, which was far more detailed and animated than the maps in the final game. "30 years later, with Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, Nintendo has finally realized the original vision.